Life is often described as a roller coaster. It has its ups and its downs. Relationships go through smooth times, but there are also times when things can become, less comfortable. Things often get rough at times of change. A common example is the birth of a baby, but redundancy or even being promoted to a better job can be a challenge for both individuals and couples. Your old way of life might seem threatened. You feel unsure of how the future will be and how well you might cope with change. It can feel like you're on the brink of losing control. At this point, you might need somewhere to turn for help, even if it's just having someone to share your fear with. Your partner may be that person, but when both partners are anxious, it can be hard to give that support to one another. So help may come from family and friends. Sometimes you may have to turn to someone like your GP, health visitor, or a counsellor for help. If you don't get support and leave things to get worse, you may find yourself and your relationship in crisis. It's then harder, though not impossible, to get back on track. It's harder because getting into crisis can mean that you're more likely to behave in damaging ways for you and your relationships with partners and children. With support, this couple worked out how to get through the crisis. They're beginning to cope and get a new sense of stability. But it may be a long time to get back to where they were before. This couple never got to crisis point because they were able to stop things getting worse. They've done this by supporting each other, by calling on family and friends for help. By sorting things out sooner rather than later, they've prevented their relationship from being damaged. They've got back on track more easily, and from this experience, they've learnt ways to cope for the next time things get bumpy. This couple was able to recognise that the road might get bumpy. They get on well and have lots of protective factors, so they support each other. But when they can't, they know where and who to turn to for help. TheCoupleConnection.net may have been one of those sources of support. For them, though the ride was bumpy and scary at times, it's brought them together as a couple, shown them how to cope, and made them more confident about how they would manage next time. The key is to look ahead, and when there might be tricky times on the horizon, to know where to turn for help. It might be that you turn to your partner, your family and friends, or to someone like your health visitor or GP. Exploring the other areas on this site will help you to develop ways to cope when things get bumpy.